When love changes in dementia care, it doesn't change all at once. And typically, it changes quietly until one day you're sitting there and you realize that the relationship that you're living is not the relationship that you thought you'd be living in your golden years. And this moment is so incredibly disorienting because while you're preparing for your retirement and spending time with your loved one, nobody sits down with you and says, "This might stop feeling like a marriage." You're taught about the medications, the appointments, and the behaviors. What you're not taught is what it's like to lose your companionship, reciprocity, and the intimacy, all while you're still sharing the same house, the same bed, and the same history. That gap is where a lot of quiet grief lives. And nobody prepares you for what your heart is going to feel during this part. They prepare you for the tasks, but not for losing the relationship while your person is still here. I have worked with so many spouses, and they say that they never expected to feel this sort of resentment, frustration, and anger, or such an impatience with their loved one. And each and every single one of them will talk about the guilt that they feel for having all of those feelings in the first place. But those emotions don't mean that you've stopped loving your partner. They mean that the emotional load has shifted and no one has helped you adjust your expectations. If you felt resentment or anger, that doesn't mean that you love your person any less. It just means that the relationship has changed more than you had expected and you were never warned about it. And for so many couples, intimacy can change very early on in the disease. Sometimes it fades away. Sometimes it feels awkward or one sided, and that can feel confusing or very uncomfortable. And then you're left there thinking, is this okay? Is this supposed to feel this hard? Is it okay that I don't even want this anymore? And why didn't anyone tell me that these things could even happen to begin with? And what you find is that no medical person wants to talk about this. And the silence around it really starts to make you feel alone and isolated. And that's so unnecessary. Almost no one is going to bring up intimacy with you and talk about how things can change because it's presumptive that these things are just going to naturally change. But this is the wrong attitude to have. This silence for caregivers creates a lot of shame, and shame that doesn't belong to you, and you don't deserve that. Love doesn't disappear in dementia caregiving, but it does change its form. And for some people, this is grieving the old version of their relationship. This doesn't mean that you're abandoning the person that you're caring for now. It means you're human. I want you to know that this is normal and you're not failing your person when you have these feelings. You're just navigating a version of your relationship that no one taught you how to hold on to and make the shifts and make the adjustments as necessary. Does this sound like anything that you've ever experienced before? Because you're not the only one that's feeling it. And even though some people may find this taboo or just don't talk about it and it will go away, these are the exact things that we talk openly about inside of the care shift, without judgment, without shame, and without guilt. And I want to assure you that this is a conversation that's worth having out loud. If you're interested in finding out when we're meeting next, click the link in the comments below, and we'll add you to our list and keep you informed of the next session. You don't have to do this alone, and you don't have to do it with all the guilt and shame. Let's normalize these feelings and create a better way forward. And until next week, I'll be here sharing with you while you're caring for them.